Today I'm going to continue coloring this guy, and I am going to, because it's pretty complicated down here, I'm going to go ahead and grab the original image here and just copy it over to my new file, and that's just going to help me out just knowing like what is this orange color, what is this kind of rust color. So let me go ahead and Command A to select that, Command C to copy, and then moving over to my project, I will Command V to paste on a new layer, and I am going to change it from normal to multiply, Command T, and I just want to get these lined up. This step may not be necessary for your subject. It really just depends on if you need to see what's going on. Sometimes it's a lot simpler than this and it's not as necessary. Okay, so with that on, here's with it off. And with it on, I can see pretty much what needs to go where. I think I might need to line that up a little bit better though. And the lining up part doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to help you out so that you can see what you're doing here. Okay, and I think that's probably going to work for me right there. Okay, so I can turn that off at any time if it's hindering what I'm trying to do, and I can turn it on at any time. It just depends on when I need it and when I don't. Okay, so I can see that I think this is the only part of the orange, maybe a little bit of orange is showing right there. So I'm going to start with that part, and I'm going to activate my pen tool and grab a color that's similar to that. And just like with the face, you do not need to be careful around the edges that are going to be hidden behind your black shape. And remember, you can turn the opacity down as needed. So I do need to be careful across here because that's more of a straight edge. Okay, and I should have a closed shape, and I'm going to move that underneath my Star-Lord, and I will call that headphones. And then again, just checking this color. Just going to check my alignment one more time. And by the way, when you're on a shape, you can, or like you notice, like my nodes are showing, I can just click off of that layer and that will disappear. Okay, and I don't think I'm lined up exactly right yet still, so let me work on that a little bit. Okay, so this looks like it's his skin, and then down here is his headphones. So let me go ahead and continue on with the headphones. Be on this layer. It actually created its own layer, but that's okay. Okay, and it's already underneath there. Let me see if I can merge these two. Okay, so all my headphones are on one layer now. And I need to grab that face color, which is right there, and do this little piece of skin that's right here. Again, I will merge these two. Merge shapes. Okay, and turn that off. See what we've got here. Okay, so that looks pretty good. This is like such a tiny little piece there, but since I was doing it, I'm just going to do it right. Okay, and I have a little bit of some gray color right here and right here. Just like little metal pieces, mostly just this little line and this little thing right here. And a little bit on his jacket right there. Okay, so I'm going to merge all three of these shapes and call those, I'll just call it metal. So those are little metal pieces. And I think everything else I have on him is the jacket color. So I will be doing that part next. Okay, and since I'm going to go ahead and name this jacket. And since I made the jacket one solid piece, it needs to move underneath the headphones and the metal. Just like that. Okay, so I think that's looking pretty good there. All right, I'm going to turn my layer 1 back on one more time because I need to do another thing, and that is I need to put white where his eyes are, the whites of his eyes. So let me zoom in on that. Remember, if you need to make any adjustments, you're going to use the white arrow, which is the direct selection tool, and that allows you to alter points and paths as needed. And I'm just going to fix his eye right now just because I don't want to forget about it. So I'm just going to do it right now while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so that looks pretty good. So let me go ahead and merge these two shapes and call that eyes. Okay, and that brings some life into his eye, and I'm wondering if I want to include that white area right here. I think that I do. So let me go ahead and see if I can do this just with the direct selection tool. Okay, there we go. Okay, I think that's better. All right, next is his hair. And the last thing I have today is the raccoon. And the part of the raccoon that's showing here is mostly kind of a off-white to gray color, and it looks like I might have forgotten some of Star-Lord's skin right there too. So let me take care of that first, and then we'll go ahead and we will work on the raccoon. And I want to do one thing with the raccoon, and I just want to make his eyes white. And that needs to be above that raccoon layer. Okay, if I zoom out, all right, everything looks colored, it looks good, and I'm going to go ahead and save it. And next time we'll be working on that starburst that goes behind them.